That must be self-fulfilling because the kids start to have early successes and it builds on their confidence, and then they can just move forward from there.
You got it. That's what it is.
Now, have you seen a decrease in kids getting involved in sports with all the video games and the Xbox and the Wii's and the texting? You know, do you?
Well, you know, I believe that it is affecting kids. Mm-hmm. Okay, no doubt about it. Why? Because of the simple fact, if I'm playing the game, mm-hmm. I can be whatever I want to be.
That's true.
I don't worry about failing. Okay, I don't worry about the fear of not being good enough because it's a game.
Right.
And so, you know, all the energies that I can put into it. I mean, I can see how that happens. Okay, it took me forever. I mean, I used to be in the NFL playing video games, so I understand the impact that it has on people. But kids got to understand is that it's no substitute for doing it.
It's not real life.
Yeah, live stuff. That's where it's at, and so it teaches you so much about life. The video game don't teach you. Okay,
you don't get the feedback. When you're talking to somebody, they react to how you react, and you learn to modify your behavior and to interact with different people differently depending on their style.
And you're going to get knocked down and get back up again. And
so, yeah.
Now, I know some parents, because my son's in football, are concerned about, is it really safe for kids? And you hear those one-offs. But what are the benefits? And you know, should a parent be that concerned about football? I mean, it is tackle now in 3th and 4th grades. And
right. Well, let me tell you, I started in the 3rd grade.
Okay.
As far as the physical part of the game of football, yes, it is physical, but it's no different than if a kid throws a baseball and hit your kid in the head with a baseball. Okay, well, that could happen.
Right.
Just like the percentages of a kid getting hurt in football is about the same as the percentage of a baseball hitting a kid in the head. Mm-hmm. So it's, even though we hitting all the time, it's a technique. Mm-hmm. And with that technique, you teach kids how to tackle. You don't run into those problems as much, okay? And so, you know, people have the misconception since, man, it look like y'all having all these collisions all the time. But again, it's technique. And so it's very safe. Mm-hmm. But what it teaches kids is responsibility, how to work with somebody else that don't know, so mm-hmm. teamwork. It teaches them respect of themselves, respect of their teammates, respect of their coaches, respect of the game.
Right.
And so it teaches kids so much about life, and so they could take all these principles and apply it to wherever they go. And you know, business, I understand business, and so it's the same principles that I learned on the football field that you got to bring here in business.
Mm-hmm. And now that you've touched upon the business piece, so you played for the Carolina Panthers, and you retired from them. And now you're involved in a lot of different businesses. How did that transition happen, and what are you doing now that you're?
Well, you know what, it was a transition that I was starting to get into business while I was playing the game.
Okay.
And so I started to try to dibble and dabble and trying to see where I wanted to go and so on and so forth. So I get done with football, and now I'm 100% into the business world. You know, early on, everything I touched was gold. Okay, boom! I touched that development. It was,
I had
the magic touch, and then all of a sudden, reality hit in. Right, the economy goes down, different things happen, and so now I have to work. I have to make it happen. Everything is not as gold. You know, things that I started that was gold, now I had to close because there's no gold. Right, like I said, reality. So I think people look at the fact of when somebody is being successful, that it's easy, mm-hmm. and it's not, okay? Mm-hmm. And so I'm starting to learn that.
Well, just like in football, you didn't just walk out there and were a great player. You had to start in 3rd grade and
that's right. Keep
work
working.
your way. Yeah.
Some of these enterprises are very involved in real estate, and later in the show, we're going to be talking a little bit about the local real estate market. Did you want to comment at all? Tell us what your perception is about how the market's going right now?
Well, I can tell you this, is that anything that's under 300,000 mm-hmm. is gold right now. Okay, I could give you that point, right? Okay. If you're in the real estate game. The other thing is that I believe is that the housing market will come back in the 4th quarter or the 1st quarter of next year. Mm-hmm. We're gonna see it turn back. I think we didn't hit the bottom. I think we're coming back up, mm-hmm. But it's gonna be a slow process, and that's okay because I think that's good for the market if it comes back slow. Come back fast. Anything come back fast, it's not good. So let it take time to build back up. So I think, you know, 4th quarter or 1st quarter next year, we'll be seeing a bounce back. And so the real estate game will start to pick up again.
And what about other business? Because you have a consulting business as well,
Yes.
so you must work with a lot of business owners in all different facets of the market. Are you seeing people are struggling, or is it getting better at all for businesses?
Well, you know what? It's a struggle right now, okay, for all businesses. And you have to get smart and creative about how you do business now.
That's true.
You know, what you was doing 2-3 years ago when it was all good don't work, okay? And that's a good thing too, because it makes you get smart about what you're doing. You're not leveraging yourself so much that now you have to cut down on what you're doing and save, okay? The old principles of life, right? You make money, you save it for a cloudy day,
Right.
and then you be able to put it back into your business, you grow it, and so on and so forth. So I've seen a lot of that. I've seen a lot of businesses now want to grow though at the same time. So let's look at the good side. The good side is that it's an opportunity in a down economy to start a business and also grow your business.
Right.
Because everybody else stopping, everybody else is cutting. Now, if you're strong enough, now you can build. And that's what we're doing with a lot of our clients that's coming to mentor consulting, is that we're helping these people begin to grow, get their marketing plan together so they're ready to rock and roll when the time is here.